Yeah. Welcome to TRL Season 3, Tier 3, round number 12, live from Monza in northern Italy. Getting ready for qualifying now. 18 minutes has begun. And we are now waiting for cars to come out on track, and Sam is here alongside me in the commentary box.
Yes, hello. Ready for another Tier 3 race around Monza.
What do you think we can expect from this track today?
Lots of overtakes. It's probably quite likely on this track. It's very fast, but it's also quite difficult on this game. There's a lot of curbs on the corners, especially at the second chicane. Really hard to take well. So
Yes.
it's going to be difficult. Definitely a difficult challenge for all these drivers to just keep it consistent and get in a good result. But that's what they're all aiming to do.
Yeah. We have a decent field today, 12 drivers, 13 if we get one more in. And we have our last two races race winner, Crispy, now coming out the box. Our championship, not leader anymore, drivers champion, real legend in the Alfa Romeo on his outlap, sealed it with 4 rounds to go.
Very impressive from him. Just consistency of appearances, as well as just driving well, has already got him the title with 4 rounds to go, including this one.
Indeed. We've got some laps underway now. Dark in the Haas on the mediums, both Haas cars choosing for the mediums on their first flyers.
Interesting. Oh, Dark
is around.
The exit of the chicane. Second chicane.
Out of the second chicane, yeah. He also takes a lot of curb and is on the grass. Wait, Sam, do you know how if you join a lobby late, you become a driver?
It should just let you go and spectate. I think, I'm not sure though.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be our first lap test card. He missed McLaren and Real Legend right behind him, getting a brilliant slipstream. And Zohan goes quickest in the Mercedes out of the early runs. Adds slots into third. And over to the lead. Red fighting in the Haas has come across the line next. Early pace. 1:21.60. Are those laps any good, do you think?
I think these drivers are going to be looking to push for a sub 21, but to be honest, I'm not really sure what the optimum pace is around this track, having only done practice in the wet for the race tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a good point. Tier 2 looking like a intermediate Grand Prix. with tier 1 and tier 3 in the dry.
So that'll
Okay,
give.
we're on board with. Actually, yeah.
I'll give a unique challenge to the drivers in our tier who probably haven't done as much practice on this track in wet conditions, or as much practice in wet conditions at all.
Yeah, we've had very few wet races this season, as far as I can remember. So should be quite interesting.
All based off real life weather.
Yeah. See how James Greer on his alternate account finishes off his lap.
Safe, but keeping decent speed up through the second part of Ascari, going to Parabolic now. Riding the outside curb, but within the limits indeed. And he does a 1:21.7, which is a pretty good banker. Real legend. I didn't even pick up. A driver who tends to almost sandbag in qualifying has gone second on his first banker lap in qualifying, which is
there's a bit of
unusual for him.
Closeness on track between Haas and the Aston Martin
Oh yeah, I see.
of Dark and Mr. Koa.
Mr. Koa,
1:21.3.
1:21.3 making use of that slipstream.
Despite being cut off. If you saw it in the parabolic, he basically got cut off by the Haas. Oh, and he's giving the favour back to him. He's not very happy. And I think Dark has himself to blame for that.
Yeah.
Although Mr. Koa could have just let him through, but
I think he was perhaps understandably a bit annoyed about being held up through the final corner, but
yeah, he still goes quickest by nearly 3/10.
of course you can always going to go out again and have the opportunity to improve on that lap. We got on board with LDN Bill.
The newest Williams signing
Indeed.
on the mediums on his outlap.
Start his lap here.
Yeah,
Going through Parabolica.
take us through it. A lap of Monza.
Plato goes fastest for 1:21.2. So down the long back straight, heavy braking zone in turn 1-2 chicane. Slow corners, and you have to maximise the exit going through the Curva Grande or turn 3. Keeping a tight line, tight to the inside to maximise the speed and take the least distance. Going through the second chicane now, the inside curve down turn 4 is not very nice, but Bill does it, takes it nicely. Go through Lesmo 1, ride all the way out onto that curve, but not over. Again through Lesmo 2, he's gone a bit wide, but he's kept it within, kept it valid lap. Down the second DRS straight under the bridge of the oval. Going for Ascari. Almost loses it, and he's invalidated. But he does have a Ferrari
in the middle.
That's unlucky from Bill.
Out.
I will expect him to go for. He'll go for another lap here. He's on the mediums.
Lost it in a very interesting place. It's not right at the exit of Ascari, but it's like down this straight.
It's like
so
he's tried to catch it and just chased it down, chased the car down the track.
So that's it for his session. Yellow flags are now gone.
Staying on board with Bill. He's taking the tight line again through Curva Grande. He's going again, for another lap. So purple sector 1. A bit wide on the exit of turn 5, but still keeping on the track. He might have a bit of gravel on his tyres. Keeps it. Taking a much cleaner line through Lesmo 2 on the exit there. onto the second DRS straight once again. Fast in sector 2 apparently. Clean for
like a very good lap.
Clean for Ascari, but he's gone wide again. That's unfortunate.
The dismay of you as well as a Williams team principal.
Yeah, it's unlucky from him. He's been just trying to push the limits too hard, I suppose. Imagine he'll go for another lap now.
Yeah, because the mediums are durable.
Yeah.
Obviously, and he's got enough time that if this also fails, he's got time for a soft lap.
Yeah, he's going for it now. He has probably
the charm, they say.
No, he hasn't. Wasn't sure he went wide through Parabolica, but it's not an invalidated lap. It's the McLaren of Christie's get outside of his way, going down into turn 1. Bit wide on the entry, bothers curve on the second part of the chicane, but doesn't do too much time. Short line again through further on there. That's definitely not purple, but it's just the game. That was a clean chicane though. It was a good
yeah,
chicane.
clean as he's taken it.
Yeah. Safe line through Lesmo 1. And through Lesmo 2 using all the track. Very nice.
Let's see if he does get it right this time.
But there we go.
He did have to lift there though, which may have cost him a bit, but he
just wants to get a lap in at this point, I think. Still think this will be a solid lap from him. But we'll see. Not you taking a tight line through Parabolica, and it's a 21.5 on mediums. That's pretty impressive.
I think he's the most frequent pole sitter in Tier 3 this season.
Yeah.
Many poles in the early part of the season, so he has set the pace throughout in qualifying.
I mean, he was ahead in the championship for a while, but other things led to hiatus for him.
See if anyone can beat the current fastest lap of the AlphaTauri. 121.2. Crispy's good on purple.
Watch on Crispy. Decent line for Lesmo too. Heading into Ascari now. That looks like a pretty quick sector 3. That's significantly up on Bill, who's only 3 tenths down on pole on mediums, and his sector 2 is about 6-7 tenths faster, so it's looking like a good lap. Oh, he's not invalidated the Parabolica, that was close. But he says 20.4. That's a great lap.
10.
That's gonna be a tough act to follow.
We have dark out session through Ascari as well. It looks like the same place as
Zohan is on a lap. Not waiting for Ascari,
right on the racing line.
That's in the way. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
He went through, ghosted through him, but
he didn't know that, so
he was just
it's a shame for him.
Yeah. Going on board with Dread Titan now.
Dark seems to have lost it in the more conventional place as well, compared to
on the exit on the inside curve in the second part. Yeah. I've done that many a time myself. Throwback to season 1 where S lost it from the lead on that corner. That ultimately lost him a championship in season 1 in Tier 1.
And the Haas has lost it on the exact same thing.
That's tragic.
Absolute calamity for Haas today in qualifying. Disaster for both cars out at the same corner. And
it's not what you like to see.
A Mercedes going through the other one as well, but it's the other Merc, and luckily for him, he's on an out lap. So it will be cleared by the time he's there.
Bill's going out on softs now.
See what Ads has got. 122 dead right now. He'll need to find at least second to go second.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time to make up if he wants to challenge for pole. But I think Crispy's lap is going to be a harsh benchmark for people to beat. Very, very solid lap.
Indeed. Still got 2.5 minutes left. Oh, squirrely out of there.
Yeah, he's almost lost it.
2.5 minutes left. Time for one more lap.
I think I'm gonna go on board with your driver, Mr. Koa.
He
Going
is
to the second chicane now.
Into second. Yeah.
It's a much cleaner chicane than Ads, but it's quite very perhaps a bit too careful on the exit.
Oh, Ads has gone wide at the exit of Ascari. Inbound. See what he's got though. Through Parabolica. Swings it in, tight inside. Does he run it wide? Keeps it safe, but he puts to the floor, to the line.
It's going to be a 21-4.
So he's improved, but still a 10.
On board with Bill now. He's gone 10.5 faster this time in the first sector. On those softs.
Mr. Koa's got P4 21.3 right now. To the line, short line.
Slightly.
Going to do second. 27.
That's a strong lap.
310.
Bill is currently going into Ascari now. He's 6 tenths up on his previous lap right now. He almost lost it on the exit of Ascari, but he manages to keep it together and also keep it about a lap, despite going wide. I think that corner exit is pretty lenient though. He's running up towards the line and he's going to do a 120.5. That's a P2, a tenth short of Crispy, and he's probably going to want to go for another lap here.
Yeah, he pips my Aston Martin driver, and gets himself onto the front row.
It's a bit slow through the second part of the chicane. Let's go on board with Zohan instead.
Is Ads on a back-to-back, or is he coming in?
He's coming in, yeah.
See what Castle Farman is starting a lap.
Crispy has retired in the
So
pits.
his lap is good enough for pole position. Teammate to AW17. Apparently purple do sector 2. Could this be a McLaren front row if the timing charts are telling the truth? Through Parabolica he goes. The session is over.
Touch wide. But carries decent speed on exit. It's not, no.
Oh, he's taking the wide line.
He doesn't even improve.
Go to
Zohan's pitting. Kato is the final person. No, Bill's on the lap, but he's invalidated. Kato's the final driver yet to set their final lap time. He's purple through sector 2, according to the game, but Ascari is not the fastest line. He just had to lift off quite a lot. That's got a bit loose on the exit of the first left part.
Swinging through the right-hander, final corner. Can he hit Crispy or anyone ahead of him?
He goes fourth.
No, he can't. He improves.
He improves, but he doesn't go any further up.
Mr. Koa is still on a lap.
No, he's not. He's finished.
No, because he was through the middle sector when
it showed the flag for me. Okay.
Yeah, no. The flag only came at the middle sector, so I thought it might have just...
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, that is your final.
There you have it.
Final lineup. We've got
Crispy on pole.
Crispy and Bill ready to fight it out into turn 1. With Mr. Koa, Kato, Zohan adds Real Legend, who never actually set another lap.
He's been a bit of a mediocre qualifier this season, but he always pulls it out the bag in the race.
Yeah, his racecraft is one of the best in even Tier 2, never mind Tier 3.
Yeah.
And Tier 1 at times. And then you've got James Greer and Mr. AVW17 rounding off the soft tyres runners in this qualifying session. And then Dread Titan, Cosma and Dark all on mediums, but Cosma and Dark are going to have a fresh tyre set at the end of the race.
Yeah. See what any of them can do from further back as we head to the race. Right.
Time for the race.
We are now waiting for everyone. Another countdown. Great. What did you do today on our day off?
Not much.
Anyway, formation lap is underway. We now have 13 drivers on the grid as we have managed to get TRL Norris into the lobby. Mr. Koa shoots off while the front row pair take it slow. What do we know about strategy then? Here.
So it's a soft medium. But
is bog standard then?
Just a standard setup for this race, but we'll see how that wins.
Should be a decent race. Let's hope they keep it clean through the first lap, because turn 1 can be slightly chaotic.
Can indeed.
Mr. Koa still much further ahead. We'll see what happens. Off the line. Who's that at the bottom? Okay. Oh, someone spun it. Oh, it wasn't Mr. Koa indeed. Taking it quite slow on this formation lap. Usually we'd be probably down by Parabolica. Crispy's really taking this as carefully as he can, slowing the pack up, making sure they're all together so the tyres are nice and warm and they don't cool off by the time he settles in pole position. Everyone weaving away, trying to get as much temperature into their tyres as possible. Maybe even wearing them out a bit. Extensive weaving. Once the cover shot back through. Now Parabolica, they coming out. Oh, and Zohan and Katafaman crash right at the end. So they won't lose much tyre temperature. And we're ready as the grid is now forming up. Dark is on the hard tyres. Just noticed.
Interesting.
And he's crashed as well. Tread time to mediums, Jason and Norris opting for the softs. So it's another Haas, what do you call it? Difference in tyre choices. I don't know why he's so far back, because he's maybe costing everyone else tyre temperature, and there seems to be a Norris sideways. I don't know if that's just mine or yours. Game. Anyway, let's go to the front.
That, I believe, is just the game being broken. Yeah, it'll sort itself out, I'm sure.
Let's hope so anyway. Okay. Right, what's happened?
Oh, no, wait. Waiting for... what's happened?
I'm not sure. Right, well, TRL Norris is gone.
Confused.
Okay.
Are they underway? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they are.
Yes, they are.
So, race has begun. Down into turn 1. The Williams trying around the outside. Crispy forces him off circuit. That's a bit of an aggressive move. Ben Hill gets a penalty and is into the lead though. Behind him, the Alpha Tauri is still in third. Mercedes scrapping away with the other McLaren. Jason made up a couple places, and James has faced a terrible start and has dropped down to last. So had lost a couple positions as well, as Jason's trying it on the path, just around the outside, but gets the move done. Is the Mercedes going to go for it on Mr. AW17? No, he cannot. As Ben Hill leads after a frantic start between the front two.
Quite something to witness. That start.
It was. He's got a 3-second time penalty. That might get removed. I don't know.
Unlikely, but he did cut quite aggressively.
Yeah.
I hate to say.
But Crispy straight back at him. Trying already the Parabolica with a little look. This time being forced wide from the dirty air, but he's got a great run right behind the Williams. No DRS until lap 3 of course. As he's going for it, this time he's on the outside. Williams gives him a squeeze and he just tucks in behind. And he goes for a switchback, however. Can he get a move done into the second chicane? Round the curve of Grande they go. Will this be a Grande move for Crispy on the Williams? He backs out of it. And the Williams still and he's off on the gravel and he's down now. Down into 9th, 10th as Dread Titan gets past him. Mistake from the Mercedes that cost him a load of positions.
Not what you want to be doing.
Contact at the moment. I believe Dark had a slight off as well, losing a couple seconds. Still quite close at the front. What's Crispy got this time? Still no DRS. He's got his overtake enabled. What about Enhill? They go down the straight. The Williams defensive. Oh, and the McLaren goes for a dummy. He's going down the inside. And that's a late dive bomb. They're banging wheels. And the Williams just stays ahead. But can Crispy get another run down? Curva Grande into the second chicane. He's not using any of his battery. He's got more than double of hill in front of him. He's gaining and he stays behind for now.
What a thrilling battle we're watching here.
Oh, and there's a mistake from the Williams. And Crispy is through into the first led mode. But no, and Ben Hill's stuck it around the outside and he's hit Crispy off. There seems to be light contact between them, side by side, and Crispy is out with the VSC being deployed on the inside.
There's going to be a big argument.
100%.
Right,
What I saw, I feel it's a racing incident. Because it looked like Crispy was slightly wide of the apex anyway. And, Ben Hill was ahead on my screen. Seemed to give him room, and it's just unfortunate that he's been tapped around in that fashion and into the wall with no possible chance of escape.
Yeah, unfortunate.
That's kind of annoying because it ruins the battle we could have had all race long on lap 3 itself as the VSC's gone, and we have a new challenger to the Williams for the race win potentially in Catalan. Mr. Koa just holding on in third at the moment, 2 seconds behind, and a further 2 seconds is Zohan in the Mercedes, who is under pressure from Cosma in the Red Bull Mercedes. We've seen this many times before. Into the second chicane, he's gone for it. The room was there, and Zohan's been forced onto the curb. Zohan probably could have just closed the door, but he left it open. Cosmo was unwilling to go for it, went for it anyway, and he's up into fourth as the other McLaren nearly loses it on his own, as the pass behind of Dread Titan loses it out of the second Lesmo. AW70 nearly lost it through the first Lesmo, but Dread Titan has lost it and is out, causing a full course safety car.
It's going to slow the race right down.
Bunch everyone back up as the Zohan Cosmo battle.
Be interesting to see if anyone goes to a pitting. They're all pitting. It's interesting.
See what tires get. No, Cosmo stays out. He thinks track position is what could help him in this race. Starting down in 11th, I believe.
Probably right. He's given a unique opportunity to hold back the pack, and
Dark on the hard has also stayed out. He's up to 5th. And we've got different in tyre choices for those early pit stoppers as well. AW70 opting for the hard is very questionable. We've got Real Legend and Ben Hill on the mediums, and then everyone else on the soft tyres. So, what we can infer from this is AW17 is definitely going to the end. Or, well, yeah, unless we get any damage. Do you think the mediums can make it to the end from here? If we say safety car comes in lap 7?
maybe, yeah. It's going to be tough though. It's going to be very hard for the drivers to
feel like
keep them alive.
that's the story with the Legend and Hill. I think.
I believe
Championship.
I believe it will be, yes.
With everyone else on the top, they'll need to try and make a comeback drive. Making an next pit stop. Probably onto the medium itself. Now everyone bunches right back up as we're on the safety car. Will the safety car come in on this lap? It should do. Wait, did it say it was coming in?
I don't think so. Me too.
No, I don't think it is.
No, it won't be now.
Oh, it is, it is.
Oh, it is.
Jason has not decided to back the pack up at all. He's gone straight away. Williams is already alongside him on the slower compound. Down into turn one they go. Is the AlphaTauri going to make it 3 wide? He looks for it, but the Red Bull covers him off. And down the inside goes Hill, and he's up into the lead once again. Round the outside goes Captain Faman. Legend has to take the escape from behind. Ferrari's around James again. Both Captain Faman and Disco are back up into second and third. Jason down to fourth on his warm stop. Dark holding ground in fifth, but Zohan's already alongside. Into the first Lesmo they go, and the other Mercedes is interested on his teammate. They go side by side into the second Lesmo. Zohan has to concede to ads. And all scoring on the exit first.
Definitely an interesting fight we've got going on here in this race.
And Ad goes round the outside of Dark. What a move that is into a Ferrari. Still a confident, great move. Dark gets the 3-second time penalty. Now can Zohan make it down the inside into Parabolica, 2 steps off the pressure tyres? It should be a walk in the park of a pass, and it is. He's got him before the brake zone. DRS deployed, and now he's got a teammate in front. That is Cosmo coming into the pits, and he has picked up front wing damage, I believe. With Legend down in 8, losing positions because he went off at the start. Zohan and Hill with 2 penalty carriers at the moment. So up to the front, the top 3 are running away from the rest of the pack. Less than 7 tenths covering the 3 of them. Williams, AlphaTauri and Aston Martin, both of our teams being represented up here on the podium places.
Indeed.
This could be a battle to the end, but we have to remember that Ben here looks like he's going to the end. Meanwhile, the other teams have to make another stop after starting on the softs and pitting onto the softs, which could have been an error. We'll see as we come to the closing stages who chose wisely. Here they go now, Caterman and Mr. Koa trading fastest laps. All three of them, the 2 and 3 should have DRS. Oh wait, no they shouldn't have the safety car, but down the inside goes Caterman. There's contact between the Williams and the AlphaTauri. The AlphaTauri pushed onto the grass and Mr. Koa's swept through with a blinder of a slip and he's into the lead. Side by side through Curva Grande they go. Williams keep the lead into the second chicane. See them braking side by side. The Williams is behind. He concedes the position, and that was a very, very, very well done move by the Aston Martin.
Opportunistic driving.
See what the AlphaTauri and Williams can give in return on this lap, as we have a yellow inspector too, as Dark is around at the first Lesmo. He's lost his front wing but not out of the race as his teammate was. Mr. Koas, oh wait, there's a virtual safety car.
Yeah.
Due to his spin. Neutralizes the race. Not what James or Cosmo would have wanted, because they would have preferred a full course yellow to catch back up. You just wait now to see when we can go green again. All drivers having to stick to a delta time under BSD. Therefore, they are all neutralized at even gaps. As Ad has retired, I believe, in the pit lane. Yeah.
Where we end up
So
his race.
Down to 9 runners. And we are green again as the leaders enter sector 2. And the 2 Lesmos. Dark has a 5-second time penalty, so he's up to 8 seconds in total. Koa's managed to bridge Ben Hill by about 5/10. Man is dropping on the border of a second, which is the DRS barrier. Zohan's managed to close up to just 2 seconds now. Could he get involved in this fight for P1 as it stands? Here we go, down the straight. And he's got DRS. Closing on board, you can see, but he's not close enough. Nor is the AlphaTauri as they file on through, and the AlphaTauri's around. Too much turn 1 curve. We know how deadly these curves are, and he's dropped down to 4th and lost 5 seconds to the leaders.
Not going to be happy with that.
Yeah. Expensive error.
Indeed.
Well, championship leader is killing P5. He doesn't have anything to race already, but he's still on the medium, so he could come through for a late podium if he is quick enough on this one stop with the tyre wear. He might even have better tyres than Hill towards the end, and Williams is involved in this scrap, which is now just down to 2 people.
Yeah.
Both Mercedes-powered cars. See if we can do anything into turn 1. They've got around even levels of battery. DRS open. Bit far to get full use of gained a good amount of time, but not enough. And Coa's managed to bridge it to over a second, which means he might be able to pull away even more now, as Ben Hill is outside of DRS. Unless he closes back in. Oh, and the Aston Martin's made a very big error. He's locked the rears into the second chicane, and the Williams is through into the lead. Well, that's done. And in sector 2 we have Katasaman with another spin on this curve.
So, falling away from this race.
Yeah, as the Aston Martin managed to recover. I think maybe Ben Hill made a mistake out of the second Lesmo into Ascari. The Aston Martin's back up into the lead. Top 2 really trading positions. I think the AlphaTauri has damage. No, not from what I can see. He's a lot closer this time, is Hill. Heading down straight. DRS open now. He's not using any battery. Doing for Hill on that lap. The gaps, everyone's quite spread out as it stands. Closest battle is the one for the lead. Ben Hill just preserving his tyres here as well.
Doing the right thing.
Slides out of turn 2, but he's just backing off early in the corner, not risking anything too much because he knows Mr. Coe is going to have to pit again. He will inherit the lead by over 20 seconds. Not sure exactly how much, and he's gone into the gravel as well, so maybe he is preserving his tyres, but he's, I don't know, if he does he can do the one stop. If he doesn't, it's going to have to be the 2, and that means this is much more valuable track position. One wide. And we've got yellow in sector 3 because Dark is out of this race, and the
Safety car.
safety car is out, and it's just poor timing for Caterpillar, who looked to dive into the pits, I think, but he hasn't managed to. I think Mr. AW17 has also jumped Jason under safety car, though it says AI, so I don't know what that is. See what happened.
I'm going to make this one out.
Well, what this means is
First game.
so free pit stop for everyone and neutralizes the battle for the lead to be an on-track battle without anyone needing to chase. In comes Mr. Koa.
Hill will go into softs, but Mr. Koa will have to go on mediums because
Medium, so
this is going to be a very tough race. This is going to be very tough to call.
yeah.
Terrible timing for Zohan, who's pitted the lap previously. But
Oh, so
he will get P3 off the Legends in this pit stop phase, but the Legend will be on fresh soft tyres.
and we know how punchy he can be if he's given one of those sets.
Indeed.
In comes the AW7.
Kato is not going to come in. Kato is on only 2 lap holes, mediums anyway, after a spin, so
Yeah.
didn't want to go in again. So he does
And
have
Cosmo's on the hards, so that's not.
That might not be what he was intending, but
tyre, but yeah. So we've got a sprint effectively for the last 11 laps or 10 laps once the safety car goes in. Mix of tyres. Zohan could also challenge if he sticks to the front two. But what Mr. Koa needs to make sure he does, get a good launch, stay ahead of Ben Hill, and try and defend track position for as long as he can. Because if Ben Hill gets through on the restart, that's probably race win over for the rest.
safety car is in this lap.
So let's get ready to go again. Everyone bunched back up. Let's hope James at the back in the Ferrari gets it right at turn 1 on this start. Runners, 3 spots on the podium. 3 seconds Ben Hill at the moment, although we might see that get removed. So we won't know the race winner for sure, but here we go.
That's a great restart for this cars. Real Legend is getting jumped. Did Real Legend get jumped?
No, Zohan's still ahead of him.
Oh yeah.
After Faman gets a great start though, and he's already back up to third to rejoin the fight for the lead, which he was in before his mistake. Zohan might come back at him though, as James at the back is going wheel to wheel with Cosmo, who's on the wrong tyres, arguably, and they bang wheels actually. Going side by side, James stays, James gets it, as Faman is
done.
out. No, he's not out.
And he's
I don't think he has
retired.
damage.
He's retired though.
Yeah, he's retired. Yeah, that's probably race over anyway, just because he's dropped so far back from the pack. Mr. Koa's lost the lead up ahead, which is not what he wanted.
Bill's going down the inside.
Contact.
Oh, he's got 6 seconds now.
So, and also get 3 seconds, so that didn't seem like it was a forced 3 seconds, so then he's definitely on a minimum of 3 now.
Yes.
The first one obviously questionable, but the second one is certain.
Although
so let's see.
arguably I could say through that move, he was almost pushed, but that, I guess I would be slightly biased to say that, but
yeah, true. We'd have to leave it to the stewards, as Real Legend is now going for it down the inside on Zohan.
honestly, Real Legend, I'm picking for the win.
You think?
Yeah. Those soft tyres, combined with Bill's penalties, could win him the race, and but Bill's gonna have to absolutely go here.
And Zohan's dropped another place to James Greer, who's up into 4th after having a shocking race so far.
He's having a much better restart.
Wide. Soft tyres really working for him as Legend and Hill, who's pulled away 1.4 seconds from Mr. Koa on the mediums. So Koa might have it for him to do to try and maintain a podium here at Monza. Be his second podium if he gets it.
2 seconds ahead already. He's pretty etching that gap out. I reckon it might happen, you know. He's just gone. He's really pulled away.
That's what I talked about, Koa needing to try and keep him behind, but he hasn't managed that. So it's going to be not close. I think he'll know about
5.
his guaranteed 3 seconds, so he's pushing, trying edge that gap over his rivals. He's got no battery left in setting that fastest lap. His rivals do behind him. Legend has nearly a full pack.
Legend
James
is
with 9.
always been the good saving his ERS.
Oh, he's gone a bit deep on the second chicane and he's had to take the bump. And he's dropped 2 positions, so he's just made his job even harder with only 7.5 laps to go.
I would say it. Yeah. Can I change that to Mr. Koa? Although Legend has just got past Zohan again into the start of the Scary.
Zohan has got no battery, so Legend is pulling away. No DRS on this straight at Monza. Parabolica. Legend is just out of DRS, I think, on James. Yeah.
No, he's got it.
Oh no, he's got it.
Why do you not run
That should help him stay ahead of Zohan.
Bill's clear of Koa in terms of DRS. 2.2 seconds ahead now.
James might be a bit of a bottleneck for these 2 behind him, and Cosmo just realising his error on the hards and just now having to bring it home for a P6.
Mr. AW17 is AI. Was wondering how he hadn't caught, but that explains it.
So it was just either big finishes. They make
Real Legend gets a penalty.
indeed be in dispute for the win.
He's lost a substantial gap over James behind, but
Yeah. Legend might need to clear James on this.
but ultimately, Mr.
Go.
Kerr can't push that out, because he has to be careful. Hold on, I'm going to have a look at the race director, have a look at the penalties. Okay, Mr. Kerr has had a completely clean race, that's impressive.
He's done it before, I'm pretty sure in USA. I think, I don't know, but he's
James is on 2 warnings. Zohan is on...
Gone defensive to the inside. Real Legend pulls out one, he's been squeezed to the outside and he has to back out of the move. As aggressive defending from James, but I think it was just about fair. And now Legend's progress has been hampered yet again.
Legend's probably getting quite frustrated at this point.
Right, so Koa is 3 seconds off Hill, so if the first 3 seconds gets removed, then Hill is the guaranteed race winner. Should no mistake fallen.
That was a very good Ascari, or a bad Ascari from Koa. Lost a lot of time through that.
Nicely. I think it was bad from Koa because he lost time to James as well.
Yeah.
So that's just helped out the cause for the Williams up front. Real Legends dropped out of DRS on James and Zohan is well behind him at his time of stage. The 6 and 5 look set unless Cosmo on those dreadful hearts can somehow make it into a 3-second gap to Zohan. Well, by the looks of it, Hill's gonna just make certain of his win. He's going at such a rate, he's just gonna win by 6 seconds anyway. Kind of reminiscent of Lewis Hamilton at Brazil a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So gap's nearly at 5 seconds already. He's got no battery, so that's why they both got low amounts. Everyone's got low amounts except for Legend, obviously being worse for a manager. But I think I've just remembered the incident between our early front row battlers, Ben Hill and Crispy. The one that retired Crispy will get investigated, I'm pretty sure. So
That is true.
we might see a penalty for that, we might not.
We'll have to see. But yeah, you're right, it's definitely a possibility.
So, to that extent, Koa might need to push even more, but he's just stagnated a bit at 5 seconds.
I must say, Mobile is absolutely flying in comparison. He's really seems to just be nailing every single corner. Mr. Koa is losing a lot for Ascari. About 3/10 every single lap.
I think he's just not comfortable on the medium through there.
Yeah.
He seemed alright for the rest of the race, but that's because he was on the top.
Yeah.
If Legend can get James this time around, he's leaving on the straight or will proceed to move to the inside, I would imagine. Yeah, there he goes. opens the door. Legend going for it down the inside, switches to the outside, forces a lock up from James. James goes deep. Can Legend get the switch back? No, gets good traction though. Around the cover, Gonda he goes. He's a bit far to make a move, not using his battery where James is. He's gaining and he's settled. Saber. Only got 2 more laps to try it. 2.5 laps to go for the TRL podium. Yes. Oh, very much on the grass. Our only track battle at the moment. Cars. As oh well. Ben Hill, who's been
Oh,
he lost it.
Lost it.
And that
is an absolute disaster for him.
Over in terms of his chances for the win. His front wing is gone. He's just sat there.
He'll get disqualified. He wants to get disqualified, I think. He will still get P6 though, because he's well within. He's well past the 80% margin, so he will still get 8 points from this race.
Meanwhile, Legend gets past James. He's up in the P2, and
Mr. Co's got this all set up and all won. It's pretty much.
All he needs to do is get it through Ascari for 2 more rounds of Monza.
Indeed.
2 cars behind, going at it still. Crispy might call that karma for the first lap incident. I don't know what his view on it was.
I think you're probably
2
right.
seconds. 2 seconds. Soa has over P2. As he flies down towards the car, starting for the penultimate time in this race. As James gets past Real Legend into Ascari, behind him, they're trading places with Real Legend's got batteries to use, and he's gonna blast past yet again into Parabolica. James cuts him behind. But who's gonna get DRS? It's gonna be James. And he'll get this as we're on to the final lap. Gaining, he's around the outside, he's going for the move. Lock up from Legend to defend deep. It's identical to what we saw the other way around a few laps ago. James too far behind, he might make the move into Ascari though. Real Legend does have a 3-second time penalty, so as long as James keeps it clean, because he had 2 warnings he said, he should get P2. Meanwhile, our race leader, Mr. Koa, who's kept it consistent in Tier 3 this season, a regular ever since he's joined, participating in pretty much every race. The reason I went out and signed him as my Aston Martin Tier 3 driver. James does get past Real Legend into Ascari, as I said. He just made the move on track anyway. Mr. Koa joined Aston Martin, got his first podium P3. That was as Zohan's retired, losing it at Ascari. He comes around Parabolica though and wins his first TRL race. Mr. Koa and Aston Martin on the top step. James in P2 for Ferrari, and Real Legend finishes up in P3. Cosma gets the line and will be given a great P4 finish for him.
That was dramatic.
P5 after losing it right at the end at Ascari.
That was an extremely dramatic race.
Yeah, what started with a lobby glitch and a sudden 5 red lights race start. Crispy and what do you call it? Ben Hill battling it out. Crispy retiring. Multiple safety cars from the Haas cars retiring. And mistakes around the field. And the most costly of the mistakes was Ben Hill in the Williams, crashing out, which gifted Mr. Koa the win. Look at that, Aston Martin on the top step. May we see that next year in real life?
Shush.
We'll have to wait. Yeah, over Williams. Let's go.
It's unfortunate. He drove
the thing
an
is,
amazing race.
Ben Hill got DSQ.
Yeah, you still got
Willie-
yes,
He'll still get
Yes.
P6,
Yeah.
right?
and fast as that.
And fast lap, so that will still be a good amount of points for
It's
him
going to be 9 points.
in his bid to try and keep P2 over his rivals. Though I feel like maybe James might overtake him with this result. I haven't looked at the gaps, but there you have it. P1 Aston Martin, Mr. Koa, P2 James in the Ferrari. A real legend, our championship, our Tier 3 champion now, finishing off his first race as league racing champion in P3. Thank you for joining us here at Monza for an exciting race.